It was midnight before our flight got back to Antananarivo. We wake up at Auberge du Cheval Blanc, about a kilometer from the airport. The rooms are clean, the plumbing mostly works, and we're too tired to argue. After breakfast, we're back in the van, headed east from Tana. All around the city, we've seen these brickworks. We stop for a photo opportunity. Perrault explains that this is a dry season industry. The first step is to dig the heavy clay soil out of the rice field. Then the clay is mixed well with water, sand, and straw. The whole family gets involved. The clay mixture is pressed into a form, and the fresh bricks are set out in the sun to dry. The resulting patterns are fun for photographers. As the bricks dry, they are stacked for further drying. Next, a kiln is built by stacking the bricks around what will be a raging fire pit. This has to be really hard work. Eventually the fire is lit under the kiln and it'll be fired for 10 days or more. After the outside bricks are removed, the result is a large stack of bricks ready for building a house. The last step is to move the fired bricks to the side of the main road where they are sold. Watching the girl unload her bricks while still balancing the rest on her head looked like a circus trick. And the whole family helps out. The final product, a traditional farmhouse. As we head further east, we see more agriculture and more farmhouses. A pattern forms. Rice in the valley, vegetables on the slopes, and houses on the hilltop. We're approaching our destination, the Mandraka Valley. We stop at an overlook to enjoy the view and the flowers. We're stopping in the town for lunch. It's like many of these small towns we've driven through on this trip. We're having lunch at a Hotel Igasi, or a local hotel, meaning not for tourists. The menu is Malagasy cuisine. There's ramazava with zebu, a very good stew, and ravatutu, pork with cassava leaves, okay, but not my cup of tea. Kohoroni, stewed chicken, also good. And it's all served with a large helping of rice and hot chilies to taste. It's back to photographer mode. We can't pass up these kids selling ginger and fruit. Not far from town is our destination, Peyrieras Reserve. Our home for tonight, 3 bedrooms and 2 shared baths, makes the White Horse look like the Ritz. But no whining, we're here for the reptiles. We'll start big with crocodiles and work our way down. Next on to the chameleon house. It's a challenge to catch one with his tongue out. Next are the snakes. Our guide was reluctant to handle any of the other snakes. They weren't poisonous, but they weren't docile either. More creepy crawly things. These millipedes can grow to be a foot long. This cute little guy is a tenric. They're about a foot long and weigh about 4 pounds. Believe it or not, tenrecs and elephants evolved from a common ancestor. Next is the gecko house. They are masters of camouflage. You have to look hard. This gecko has such a bold pattern, it's hard to see it as camouflage. The tomato frog was a little cranky. He was supposed to be hibernating. We have a nice home-cooked meal at the restaurant on the cliff. We enjoy breakfast at the restaurant and pause a moment to take in the view of the valley. The morning dew is on the flowers. We head back to the gecko house to see the little chameleons. These chameleons are all 6 inches or less. In the case of this 1-inch long leaf chameleon, a lot less. This strange snake hides in the leaf litter and ambushes frogs and lizards. Back to the chameleon house to see the big ones. This is a female and a male panther chameleon. A couple of incidental insects wrap up our tour at Peyrieras Reserve. We load up the bus and we're off to Antananarivo.